Hey, I'm Ellis, welcome back to my channel. Today's going to be another episode where I come off script. So this is all just me speaking out loud as I walk along. And I'm down on the Durham Heritage Coast, the beach here, 5 minutes from my house. It's a stunning coastline, if not a little bit cold and windswept today. Oh, you can tell we're into the kind of the middle of October now. The temperature's definitely plummeting here in the UK. Hence the attire that I suitably have on. I have my down jacket, I've got my hat from Everest, nearly 10 years old. I've kept this hat, it's got sentimental value for me. My Everest hat and a pair of sunglasses because it's far too bright. I know generally when you do a YouTube, you should connect with your audience, take your glasses off so you can see me, but it's too bright. I'll be squinting into the camera, so please forgive me and bear with me today as I walk and talk along this beautiful stretch of coastline. I'm going to have to do this in short stints again while I keep swapping my armour. Now, on YouTube, you're going to see, well, certainly I'm seeing a lot of channels that with titles such as YouTube is in easy mode. There's never been a better time to start your own YouTube channel than right now. So do it. What are you waiting for? Start your channel now. I'm going to contradict that. I'm going to be a bit controversial here. And I'm going to preference that by saying this is my own personal experiences, okay? This is not the gospel. This is just my own personal experience of being on YouTube. So from my point of view, YouTube is not in easy mode, never has been in easy mode, and never will be in easy mode. And if you are going to start a channel, what I would say as a caveat to that is think carefully before you decide to take the jump. So when you see titles saying YouTube is easy, do it, it's clickbait. These creators have put these YouTube channels up with titles such as that because they're wanting you to click into their video, they're wanting you to watch. Most of the videos that I've seen like this where I've clicked into it, they're not backing up the title. They're just saying, well, we found it easy because I had a video that did really, really well. And if I can do it, you can do it. So let me tell you my journey. I've been on YouTube since about the end of November last year. I've tried various formats of videos. I've done vlog style videos. I've even done this walk and talk style video. But then I hit on what I really enjoyed. I thought to myself, why am I putting YouTube content up there? What's the end goal? What am I wanting to get out of this? And I can answer that by saying I decided to do what interested me, what my passion was. It seems to me that the only people, well, that's a bit of a sweeping generalization, but a lot of people who are making a success of YouTube are people creating videos telling you to start YouTube. They're showing you how to use your camera, telling you about the equipment that they use, telling you there's never been a better time to create a YouTube channel. And all they're doing is tutoring you on how to start a YouTube channel. Their YouTube channel is telling people to start a YouTube channel. That's what they do. So it seems to me the only people making a success right now on YouTube are people who are doing their whole channel is them telling you how to be a success on YouTube, how to start on YouTube, instruction on what camera to use, how to, the best audio microphone to use, how to present yourself on camera, yada, yada, yada. That's their channels, that's what they're doing. So when you see these videos saying, YouTube is in easy mode, start now. It isn't, guys, trust me. These guys and these girls who are doing these style of videos, their video is education. It's educating you how to start a YouTube channel. Their videos might be doing well, might be because they're getting all the views because there's millions of people searching YouTube on how to start YouTube channels, because a lot of people see this as a way to earn money. It could be a secondary income for a lot of people. You're being told that this is the thing to do in this day and age. If you've got a camera, if you have an iPhone, if you've got words that come out of your mouth, you can have a YouTube channel. Err on the side of caution, because this can be a very lonely and a very demoralizing journey. I'm speaking from extensive experience here. I don't want to come across here as the harbinger of doom by saying don't start YouTube, because that's not what I'm saying. I do a YouTube channel. It's not a successful channel, but I do it because I enjoy it. It's a hobby for me. It's a passion project. I always fancied myself as an amateur historian, factual storyteller. So by all means, start a YouTube channel if you so wish. But what I'm trying to say here today is do not get your hopes up. Do not think it's easy. Do not think YouTube's in easy mode. I can share a video and I'm going to get hundreds of views, because that's not going to happen. The reality of that happening is slim to none. It has happened for a certain few individuals, but on the whole, us mere mortals, people like me, have to really work at it. We've really got to knuckle down and just don't become despondent. Don't become too disappointed when it doesn't happen for you. I'm a victim of that. I'm totally a victim of that. Here's an example for you. Take my recent e-trip, The Ghosts of York, which I had an amazing fun doing. I just love that city, so it's very easy for me to go into York and just tell you what I'm seeing. In this case, there was a lot of historical stories, a lot of ghost stories because of the time of year, and it fascinates me. The history of that place, it just never ceases to amaze and inspire me. And I'll continue to return to York because I love the city so much. But that video that I put up, what goes into the planning for that video? A couple of days of script writing, a couple of days of presenting, putting together what I want to talk about, when I want to talk about it. So I lay the day out. I have it all scripted out. I know when I'm going to be talking, what I'm going to be stood in front of, what feature I'm going to be talking about. There's a lot of research, a lot of planning goes into the episode before I even get in the car and drive to the location. So that takes place, that's maybe an hour, a day. Let's say a day of script writing, a day of planning out what I want to talk about on the episode. The physical drive to get to the location, so for York, it's like an hour and 20-minute drive from my home. Spending pretty much the whole day in the city, recording, being on site, doing what you've gone to do. Recording the footage, practicing the footage, getting that right, then nailing it and going for it with your script. Return home, spend pretty much the next week, a couple of hours here and there, maybe 3 hours one day, 2 hours the next, editing all the footage that you've captured from your day in the city and putting it together into what you think is a compelling enough episode that might make people want to watch what you've just done. And then uploading it onto YouTube, letting it do its thing, becoming really excited because you think this is the one, you've nailed it as far as your episode goes. You go back a day later and you've got 50 views. It's discouraging and it's demoralizing, to say the least. But it's not personal. It's not because people don't like you. YouTube is such a vast, massive search engine. It's the biggest search engine on the planet. I think more people put search terms in YouTube now than they do actual Google. And even though Google does own YouTube. So that video, for instance, if somebody wants to go and visit York in Northern England and they type in York, or they'll type in tourist attraction Northern England, my video is just not coming up. It's completely and utterly shadow banned, if you like, in many respects. YouTube is thinking that my video has very little importance. People are not watching it, therefore they're not going to promote it. They're not going to push it. So nobody sees it. So I'm kind of fighting a massive uphill battle. I'm fighting the Everests of uphill battles here in terms of getting my videos seen on YouTube. And I'll be honest, I'm completely losing the battle. YouTube, for whatever reason, is choosing not to show my video to people. As I said the other day, as I alluded to this, there's a few billion, several billion people using the platform. So I do have an audience out there, but I'm not finding that audience. That audience is not connecting with me. YouTube is choosing to keep my videos hidden. It's not people that are not viewing them. People are not seeing them to view them in the first place. However, be that as it may, with all that said, I'm not going to quit on YouTube because fundamentally I have to think of the reason why I'm doing it. And that reason is purely for me, enjoyment. I get a lot out of it. I get a lot of satisfaction out of doing it. I enjoy the editing process. I enjoy putting the music into the videos. I feel as though I'm creating some very, very light-hearted entertainment, factual style episodes that's got a feel-good element to them. And I enjoy it, I really do, I enjoy putting that together. Since I've been doing this YouTube channel, my mental health has just been through the roof. I've been in such a positive spin in life. You know, everything's colourful and just, there's so many opportunities out there. There's so many videos I want to record. There's so many stories I want to tell. The possibilities here for where I can take this channel are endless. With or without views, if I'm honest, because at the moment I'm failing drastically. I'm just not getting the views on the episodes. I'm never, ever, ever going to get, you know, 6-figure views. I'm not going to get 100,000, 150,000 views. I'm just not. That's just not going to happen. When I'm talking about tour reviews on cities and places and sites to go and see, they're never ever going to be massively viral. But I could certainly warrant getting a few thousand views. That's within the realms of possibility. That's achievable for me. That's what I need to aim for. I think it's a bit of a disservice to me that I'm literally getting less than 100 on average most videos. The videos and for the effort that I'm putting out there deserves more views. I know that. And I really don't want this video to come across as sounding a bit woe is me, because it isn't. And I'm not trying to be disparaging to the whole journey of being a YouTube creator. I'm just trying to restore some parity here and just state and go on the record and say that YouTube isn't easy, you know. These people that are telling you that it's easy have probably got monetized channels and their views are quite high. They're getting, you know, viral-esque views on their content. It's easy for them to preach and for say to you, there's never been a better time to start, you can be me. Yes, there's a chance you may end up like them, but on the whole, there isn't. So when you read these titles, take them with a pinch of salt. YouTube is not now, never has been, never will be in easy mode. It's hard. If you decide to commit to this lifestyle, if you decide to become a creator, no matter what your vibe is, no matter what your niche is, be prepared for the long haul. You might be the lucky one that produces some content that just hits, and YouTube gets hold of it and decides to spread it out to the masses, because that's how the algorithm with YouTube works. You'll launch a video and within an hour to 2 hours, YouTube will track that and see how popular it seems to be. If it's not getting the views, they'll keep it low down in the shadows. If it's getting a little bit more views, they'll put a little bit more light on it. They'll bring it to the surface a bit. And then if those views keep increasing, they'll bring it further up and up and up until eventually it starts to spread out there and it's in bright daylight and your video is being seen by thousands. At the moment, mine are in the basement. There's no light being shot on my videos. And that's absolutely fine. Honest to God, that's you know, it doesn't, I'm not beating myself up over it and I'm not being woe is me. It's more of a challenge. It's more of an obstacle for me to overcome. I feel as though I'm producing something good here. I feel as though I'm on the right track to produce good content. And if I believe that in my heart of hearts, I'm going to keep going with this. I'm not going to stop. Because remembering ultimately why I'm doing it, first and foremost for me, because I enjoy it. If I can take anybody else along on this journey with me who also jumps on board with what I'm trying to do here and enjoys it, that's win-win for me. I was recording a whole sequence there and it wasn't recording. So by all means, start a YouTube channel. I'm not saying don't start a YouTube channel. What I'm saying is don't start a YouTube channel for the wrong reasons. If you look at all these clickbait titles saying YouTube is in easy mode, and then you start a YouTube channel and you get 10 episodes, 20 episodes down the line, and then you think, actually, it's not easy. Reality is going to hit. So take that with a pinch of salt. It isn't easy. It isn't. But I'm not saying don't start YouTube. It's one of the best things I ever did. It's allowing me to live out this inner dream of presenting on TV. And all you need to do that in this day and age is a smartphone. You have a full cinematic production behemoth company in your pocket called a phone, called a smart device. These things are infinitely more powerful than anything that was around in the 70s, 80s, 90s for TV, movie production. You now have that capability in your pocket. So for anybody who wants to use that and do it because it's there for you. That I agree with. That side of creating content, I'm all for. But do it for the right reasons. Do it because it's something that you're passionate about, something that's going to give you a new step, a spring to your step, a new bow, a string to your bow, whatever the terminologies are. Do it for those reasons, but don't expect it to be easy. Don't expect to put a few videos up and suddenly be making a ton of money and getting thousands of views. That's not going to happen. But when you look at these clickbait titles saying YouTube is in easy mode, start now, you would be lulled into a false sense that that is the scenario and that is the case. I'm here with a contradictory view to that, saying that's not going to happen. It could do, you could win the lottery, but the reality, no. But I'm not saying don't do it. Do it by all means, because it's one of the best things I've ever done. I enjoy it. I'm planning on continuing this process with my e-trips. I've got a lot more places that I want to visit and a lot more stories that I want to tell. Am I concerned if I don't get views ultimately? No, I'll still do it. Would I like to get views? Yes. That's what it comes down to. So YouTube is amazing. I'm gonna go on record and say it is amazing. It's the #1 resource on the internet that I use. It's my go-to form of downtime. I go to YouTube if I want to chill out. I have ambient spaces that I put on YouTube. I use YouTube for meditating. I use YouTube to learn things. I use YouTube to watch people's channels. It's the best thing the internet's ever created in my eye. Well, that and AI. I'll get to that in a minute. Now, AI has helped me massively with this channel. The music that I'm using on my episodes, it's incredible. I have full production style music tracks going on my videos that would have been impossible for me to create. If I wanted to have a band level song on my video, it would have cost me thousands to hire a band to go into a studio and record that. Now, whether you agree with it or not, AI has simplified this process, and I can have an AI generated song that's every bit, not quite as good as what a band can produce, but it's up there in terms of the rhythm, in terms of the catchiness, and it's much better for me because I can personalize each song to each episode. So it's been a game changer. I absolutely love it. Unfortunately, nobody's seeing them because YouTube's not pushing my videos out to them. So all these catchy songs that I've created over 16, 17 episodes, nobody's ever really listened to them or seen them because for whatever reasons, which I'm still working on, I am not getting the traction and the views that I'm hoping I will get at some point. So there we go. That's my beach walk and talk today. That's the advice I want to impart and what I want to put out there. Make of it what you will. Start YouTube if you so wish, but just be level-headed and practical enough to know that it's not going to be easy. It's going to be tough. It isn't easy. It's not in easy mode, and it never will be. You've got to work at it. You've got to work to make this work for you. And on that note, I will see you on my next e-trip, which I'm really, really excited about. This is going to be a really, really special e-trip for the 100 or so views that I might get on YouTube, if I'm graced with being so lucky. But in the meantime, I'll put this one out there because I like these off-script videos. It keeps me more grounded, and the authenticity of what I do gets to come through a bit more, and I get to connect with you on a more personal level rather than the e-trips where I'm literally just going into my TV presenter cinematic style telling a story. Keep wondering. I love you all. Anybody who's engaged with my channel so far, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me, it really does, more than you'll ever know. And I'll see you on the next one.